Today I want to share with you guys a story of how we spread the ashes of my 2-year-old daughter Cynthia. Me and her father, we decided to spread the ashes on the north coast of the island of Aruba, which is the wild side, which is where there are no hotels and there are no tourists, and where we would also often go and take a hike, even with Cynthia with us in the stroller or in the baby carrier. And that side of the island held a very special place for her father because he loves to meditate on the rocks over there. And he wanted to spread some of the ashes in the ocean because wherever you go, even if we decide not to stay in Aruba, you can go and find the ocean everywhere on the world. And I wanted to spread some of the ashes on the land because ashes are very, very fertile. And I wanted to give her body, her ashes back to Mother Earth because then the plants and the cycle can continue to grow from her ashes. And I just want to give that back to Mother Earth because our body is basically created from the things that we eat and that we drink, and that is from Mama Earth. So we decided to do that, but this story is gonna take a way other turn than you will probably expect, but I want to share it to just empower you. So after Cynthia passed away, she went to the funeral home, and we truly felt like that was not a place for a child to be, obviously, for obvious reasons, but also because there was such a heavy energy over there with the red velvet curtains and the Roman pillars, and we asked for her to be cremated as soon as possible. And after we picked up the ashes, it has been in my house for a couple of years. There was a time where Jorge asked if we could spread the ashes, but I was not ready yet. And there was a time where I asked to spread the ashes, but he was not ready yet. And we respected each other in that way to just wait until both of us were ready. We, I guess like half a year after Cynthia passed away, our relationship finished. So we lived in separate houses, but the ashes had stayed with me for all this time. After a year of breaking up with Jorge, I met somebody else, and I was in a different relationship. Now, my ex and my new partner at the time, they had some issues together. For the most part, my new partner, which had to do with his own insecurities, past wounds from when he was really, really young. And also, my ex, he had done some things that were from his wounded side, but he apologized. And, you know, when things happen and when we are able to grow from that, let's release that. But my partner at the time was not ready to do so, and he kept holding on to that. But when this moment came that me and Jorge were both ready to spread the ashes of Cynthia, we decided to do this on the north coast of the island. And when I finished work, I came home and I wanted to hold the ashes in the urn, and he was gonna be driving the car towards the north coast of the island. Now, my partner at the time didn't want me to be in the car with my ex, and he said, I will just go and bring you there. And I said no, because I feel like I want to hold it and I want to do this together with him because this is our daughter and we're gonna do this together. And he was like, no, I cannot accept that. You can spread the ashes with him, but I want to bring you there. And I said no, because from my healing journey, for our healing journey, we feel like this is the way we want to do it. And he did not agree, and he said, if that is the way you're gonna do it, that this is gonna be the end of the relationship. And he also went to work. Now, when I came back from work and it was almost time to spread the ashes, Jorge already arrived at the house. What I didn't realize was that my new partner had also come home from work and was lurking through the windows to see how I was interacting with Jorge and to see if I was actually going in the car with him. And when I opened the bedroom and I saw him there, I was like, huh, what are you doing here? And he's like, yeah, I saw you talking with your ex, and I told you that I want to bring you or you have to drive on your own. And I said, you know what? I do not have any time for this. This is my healing journey, and you should be here for me. And whatever I need, you should respect that. I am not doing anything disrespectful. This is my healing journey, and this is what I need, and this is what I want, and this is not about you. And I took the ashes and I went in the car with Jorge and we drove off. Now, the most beautiful thing happened when we drove off and we took a turn, and we just had to take a long drive, and then we would be at the North Coast. And all of a sudden, after that first turn, a huge rainbow appeared. And we looked at each other and we were like, wow, that's a sign from Cynthia. And we stopped the car, we got out, we took some pictures, and then we went eventually back in the car and we went to the coast. And there, I think I spread the half of the ashes first on the land, and then he spread half of the ashes in the water, and it was flowing everywhere. And I remember it got in my eyes, it got in my mouth, and you know what? Everything was just okay. Everything was okay, because for us, Cynthia was not her ashes. We already saw that at the funeral home when we went there, and we saw her body, but her essence was no longer in there. Obviously, that spark, that essence that made her who she was, it was just gone, and it was no longer in the body. And that's why we were able to have it cremated as soon as possible, to have it close with us. And we just feel like her essence went back to source, and we can tap into her essence wherever we are. We do not have to go to the beach or be on the land or on any place or have any toy or any picture or any clothing item from her to be connected to her, because she is inside of our heart. And that's why we just willingly gave it back at a moment where we were both ready. And then eventually I came back home, and yeah, I felt like, wow, this was so beautiful, and this was how it was supposed to be. And yeah, I had a partner who was upset, but this is for you to know that you need to do, when it comes to healing after the loss of a child, you need to do what feels right for you. I had a friend who told me, when I told him this story, he said, you know what, if you would have been my partner and you felt that you wanted to climb a mountain naked because you truly feel like that is what's gonna help you in your healing journey, I would fully support you. And if you want to go alone, go alone. If you want to go with somebody else, you go and do so. I would truly support you in what you need for your healing. And therefore also I didn't choose to be other than my authentic self. I did what I needed. I stepped into my power, and I stopped listening, and I stopped pleasing. And that is why we had this amazing experience with the rainbow and these feelings of releasing the ashes and acceptance, and it was okay. Also, that sign just let us know, this is what we had to do, how we had to do it. And that is what you are also supposed to do. And it doesn't matter if you choose to bury your child or cremate your child or keep the ashes or spread the ashes. Do what feels right to you, and don't listen to what others say that you have to do. And in this relationship with that other partner, also ended eventually because of situations like this, where I cannot be in a growth relationship with somebody who is not ready to grow. I am able to give some chances. I was able to express how I felt, explain my decision, and accept that somebody else might think different. But in the end, we all need to grow. And if that doesn't happen for somebody else, then there's no foundation anymore for a spiritual growth relationship. But I'm thankful for this relationship anyway, because it allowed for me to practice being in my power and doing what is right for me without hurting anybody else, without doing anything wrong, and realizing that. Yeah, that was a very powerful and healing day for me that I wanted to share with you. So if you want, please Share your story. Where did you feel empowered? Have you spread the ashes, or did you not? Are you maybe ready, or do you not feel ready yet? Let me know. And let's share experiences and help lift each other up. If you want to have a community with other bereaved parents who lift each other up, who inspire each other, where I go live multiple times a month, where you can ask all your questions, where you can share all your stories, your epiphanies, your beautiful moments, your difficult moments, where you have access to the Healing Grief course, where you have access to the Awakening course, and where you have the right environment to become that best version of yourself, then go to samlifecoach.com and let's see each other there, or otherwise in this next video. Much love for you, and I'm sending you all my blessings, because you are worthy of healing. You are worthy of love.